Hello, my beautiful people. This is Anna Sharif again. Today, we're going to talk about rape culture in Sierra Leone and sexual violence against both men and women. Because to know woman no more than the rape, we therefore continue to understand that. You know, and the latest news right now is this Jimmy B in saga where they go on a Freetown. And to be honest, not to Jimmy B one get the do. Everybody else they do. Most of these entitlement, where they don't get money, where they get power, they get influence, then they say they entitled for touch anybody where they're supposed to touch, or where they want touch without the person in consent. So the saga where they go between Maurice and Jimmy B, me honest, I don't think say for me between Maurice and Jimmy B, where they talk say Maurice and Jimmy B supposed to meet and talk. No. And the only reason make this thing don't gain so much talk now because now Maurice can talk and Maurice na man. It comes from a man's perspective. Had it been the woman where Jimmy B sexually assault, can't talk her. They not be for believe, and just like they not believe Zainab Sharif, just like they not believe any other woman who don't come make allegations against Jimmy B and everybody else who don't sexually harass them, where then they go for then talent shows there. If not they organize shows, then by God, we're not supposed to lay upon nobody. Which right will not get for do that? Which right will not get for even touch somebody without consent? Because now you organize talent show. And honestly, these issues, not to just inside the music business, they happen, not to just the movie business, it happens across every sector. Workplace, schools, churches. The church that don't even worse. Papa, then daddy. Now they can have Facebook talk about my papa raped me, my daddy sexually harassed me. It's happening everywhere. With the yelling sex for grades. Let's take a look at a video I came across on YouTube about sex for grades.
Sex for grades. University professors sexually harassing and blackmailing their students.
Situations have been going on for years, and every single year, every single department, every single student, there's always a story.
We all hear about it, but it's almost never proven.
The very first advice I got was don't ever go to your male lecturer's office alone.
Thank you. It's as if almost everybody in Nigeria and Ghana knows somebody who's been sexually harassed by a lecturer.
Nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to believe victims. It is crazy. I know a lot of people have been abused and nobody is trying to do anything.
For the past year, I've been working with BBC Africa Eye to build a team of female investigators. For the first time ever, we planted journalists posing as students inside our top universities, the University of Lagos and the University of Ghana, to secretly record men who sexually harass and abuse your sisters, your friends, your daughters.
A lecturer will say that if you don't speak with me, I will not give you mark. Who are you? It's about dehumanizing your fellow human being. I'm a human being. I have rights to my body.
You'll be shocked by what you'll see. Professors, senior lecturers, grooming and seducing students.
How many guys actually catered for?
How many guys to do?
But you girls, it's not paying for it.
Paying for it with
our body.
Someone who claims to be a man of God tells me sex for grades is not bad, is good.
When somebody is trying to pressurize you for sex in exchange for marks, it is a criminal offense.
You saw that where professors who are even pastors inviting girls to their offices, telling them about how they go to rooms and shut down lights and all that. Go watch it on YouTube, it's there. So these things happen across. Jimmy B could not control himself, and he said that go continue for it because he's been doing it and getting away with it. When people that don't do things them so much, some of them they don't get away with them, and then they know say when the woman go talk and they don't go believe them because they don't create that name for themselves. Now my name Jimmy B, so I get right for sexually harass anybody and lay me up by anybody without any consequences because nobody not going for believe the people there. They're not going for believe the woman the way they come out. And like I said, the only reason make this thing don't get so much traction now because now Maurice talker. Zainab said we don't report. Zainab Sharif said we don't talk. We not all listen to what Zainab said.
Good morning, Mom. So, I basically just sent you this voice note for me to say, I really appreciate what you do with the post where you make, because I absolutely relate to the post. And like I said, I be actually one post was you post. It actually inspired me to make a post, because my first thought was that, this guy don't do well. At least people in this industry, everybody knows, but nobody is doing anything about it. Like, I don't know why, or, so I'm just happy you did this post. Let God bless you. For whatever reason you may have chosen to fight for women, even though not for that lady, they the faithful. But me, I know say, even me was on I be wish somebody could say something about this. So that lady is an inspiration for what you're doing, and it's connected to me, and I can relate. So I really want to thank you that you of all people have chosen to take this fight. Back in Salon 2012, they called me for business meeting. That was again after Big Brother. You see, every time a significant event that happened to a woman in the industry we might boost you, most of these men, they use it as an advantage to call you and say, oh, there is something for you. It's just they want to fuck you up. They just want to fuck you. That's all they care about. And so then we sit down and tell them, it is so lame and so small. I don't know why they do it. But sometimes if the woman really no one gets into that life now in Korea no more cheese, can you just give her the freedom and the right so she can do that in peace? So she doesn't have to belittle herself and do things that she doesn't want to do. It's not nice.
Now you get that right? Why they not believe Zainab? Why they not believe all the other women that don't come out? Because this is how the culture was set up. The culture of not believing women victims or male victims. Because I continue for maintaining views here, not to just, when they say domestic abuse, sexual-based violence, not just against women, it happen to man them. Even boys and men are getting raped. But because of the culture where they can get this thing in their head like, man, they know they get raped. Says who? Let us take a quick look on some of these courageous men who came out and shared their stories.
Alain Kabenga says every day is ridden with shame and pain, and at night he can't sleep. In 2011, soldiers came to his home in eastern Congo, beat him up and raped his wife. Then they kidnapped him and tortured him for hours, and then things got even worse.
The first person who came in, raped me, and then get out. And then another second one came in also. Do the things very strongly, with brutality, very painful. Blood could come out. I could shout and cry. But because the place was to be there, I don't know if there was no people around who could hear men come to rescue me, but no one could come out. There was just soldiers.
I kind of got my t-shirt, went to put it on, went to turn around, and he smacked me in the back of the head. I said to him, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then it kind of grabbed my mouth, like against the wall. I don't think I tried to fight back at that stage. I think I was trying to figure out what was happening. I think it probably went a little bit into shock, and then I was on the bed, and yeah, he raped me then.
I think you were very, very ashamed of it at the time because you couldn't even really speak to me about it.
Yeah.
And it was only just kind of coming out on the surface then, wasn't it? So.
Yeah.
It's very, very strong of you to do this because a lot of people just won't speak about it.
Yeah.
Which is why it's such an important subject to be raised because, it's a taboo.
There are so many people who actually ridicule me coming out with my story. Most of them happen to be men because they don't think a boy can be raped, a man can be raped. Most of them think I actually enjoyed the experience. I had people I trusted who I could talk to, and I was lucky. But I also realized that for many men out there, that was not the reality. Society might not be ready for our stories right now, but it is our stories that really make societies ready.
Una see what they say? man that they get raped. But in our culture, you dare not come out as a man and say, I was raped. First of all, they go ridicule you. They go tease you. They go laugh. Even if you go to a police station, the police are not going to believe you. You know? Weekend culture we don't create where a man or woman get raped, where they can't talk and nobody believe them. Why? Because the people, they get influenced. We need to move away from this type of reckless cultures where we have accepted that because you have influence, you have money, when somebody come and say, this person raped me, you don't believe them, you laughed at them. And some of you say their careers have ended, their life have ended because they came out and told their stories. I watched Facebook this morning. And I see some of who were in on social media, who they do them videos there. Some of these, two of these guys over there, Sierra Leoneans there, I just don't forget their name there. They stand with Jimmy B. What are you standing with Jimmy B for? Why aren't you trying to listen to the victim's own side of the story? We're going to listen to both. But that woman come on Canada, why would she lie on him? You know, this is the thing. This culture has been going on for so long, and death ears has been given to it, to the victims. Nobody believed them. And this is not just happening in Sierra Leone. It is prevalent everywhere in the part of the globe, where victims are not believed when they come out and share their stories. No one believes them. Nobody cares. But since I'm focusing on Sierra Leone and the culture don't exist for so long, Papa then they rape them, picking them, Uncle then they rape them, picking them. You know, until then they rape them boy picking them. It is not good. We need to move away from this culture of silence. When they ruin people picking their life, then the statistics are high.
According to police statistics, reported cases of sexual and gender-based violence nearly doubled last year to over 8,500, a third of which involves minors.
Each month, hundreds of cases of rape and sexual assaults are being reported in this country. These despicable crimes of sexual violence are being committed against our own women, children, and even babies. Some of the fatalities are as young as 3 months old. 70% of the survivors of this traumatic experience are under the age 50.
My own thing is we need to learn now how to believe the victims, because it can happen to anybody. When you meet a perpetrator with a violent mind, we're on for rape, it don't matter who you are, they're going to do it. So this is the reason why it is good collaboratively for us to work together and raise our voices. This is the reason why the First Lady say hands off our girls. I continue to say hands off both the boys and girls, men and women. Respect your women, respect your men. You should not be laying hands on anybody. Also, government need to intervene. When I see what the president say, it declare rape and sexual-based violence as a national emergency. No, listen to that.
On this note, ladies and gentlemen, I therefore declare rape and sexual violence as national emergency. With this declaration, I've also directed the following: that all government hospitals must provide free medical treatment and certificates to every rape victim and sexual abuse.
We as parents, we need to start educating our young men and women that rape is not the answer. Raping a woman or a man does not make you a man. Makes you less of a person in the first place. Less of a person. So I don't understand why I can do that. Because I think so they are in the place of power, position, money. And how when I don't rape and harass woman there, how do you feel? When I go sit down back amongst myself and they laugh about that. We need to stop this. Jimmy B is an isolated case. Or not an isolated case because it happens again in crowd when they all did one together. I make it some of them man they come and say, I stand with Jimmy B. Stand with Jimmy B all you want. Birds of the same feathers flock together. We're gonna start believing the victims. We'll begin believing the victim there. When then come police need to take action. Investigations need to happen. Government laws need to be put in place. We saw what they did in Somalia. He actually cut it off. How many rape victims will want this type of action against their perpetrators? Sierra Leonean men were watching you. Those of you who feel so entitled to raise your hands and sexually assault a woman or a man. See what that Somalia judge did? Let us be our brothers' keepers, our sisters' keepers. We are from the same culture, same society. Why do we continue to hurt each other? Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Because we are very passionate about what we talk about. Thank you.